Welcome to Eagleware Website's how-to videos. We left off a while ago with part 3. We're on part 4 of how to publish a newsletter to a website. Where we left off the last time, we had just showed you how to put an image graphic in, wrap text around it, position exactly where you wanted it to on the page. Let's insert another graphic. Let's put one right here. And I'll go ahead and show you how to do this again. We'll just pick any file. This one, for example. Now that's pretty big, so we're going to resize it. Now let's double click the file, bring this up, go to our layout, select square, and right side of the paragraph. Now it popped it over there, and text is wrapped around it now. There are little green handles on it indicating that the picture is selected and we can move it, so we can use our cursor keys to move it wherever we want. If we can't get it placed exactly where we want, hold the control key down, use your cursor keys, and you can find movements to place it exactly. Now the problem with this is it works fine as long as you don't want to put a title on the picture. But how are we going to put a title either above or below this picture should we want to? Well, one way to do that is to put the picture inside the table. So I'm going to get rid of the picture. Well, I'm just going to move the picture for now, I think. Let's go up here and put a 2-row, 1-column table in it. Let's put the picture inside there. Well, actually, it's kind of hard to move a picture in there, so we're just going to get rid of the damn picture. And we're going to go in here and insert the picture back. Now that's way big, so we're going to make it small and smaller. That's good enough. Let's see. Let's select our table and select auto fit to contents. That's going to shrink our table to wrap it around the picture. Let's select our table again and go into our table properties and click right side and text wrap around, and now we're about where we want to be. Now we can go down here and put a small font size like 8 or 9 to type in a sample title for your photo, and we'll center it so it'll center under the picture. And we're going to grab our table and do our borders and shading, select none so it won't have an outline around it when we look at it or print it. And that's one way you can get a title to appear with the picture and doesn't interfere with your text that might be wrapping around it. You can also change the amount of space on the picture from the paragraph. You can do that by double clicking your picture, bring up your format picture, select your layout, and go into your advanced, and you have distance from text. This is affecting our tables since we got the table object. So you can change the left or right how much space from the edge of the text to the picture. In this particular case, this picture has white space around the picture. That's in the graphic itself. You can't do anything about that, but you can change how much space is between the text and the table object. In this case, we don't really care, so it looks good enough. I'm going to put a little table right here and show you a little trick about that. Okay, I made this little table real quick, and see, we're just going to do a little formatting. Something like so, and then just grab our table and do a table properties and select adjustment with text wrapped around, left with text wrapped around. Oop, I did something wrong. Well, it should have worked. Well, we'll just grab it and drag it over here. Let's go ahead and make our borders and shading where it doesn't have any borders. The text doesn't wrap around exactly right. I mean, it does, but it's kind of got a tail end hanging there and it doesn't look quite right. So we're just going to put an extra row in here that'll make the table a little bigger and force the text over here where we want it. And since these lines are going to be invisible, won't be able to see it anyway. That's just an easy way to put a little bit of text object, just like a graphic, inside your text and have it flow around it. Last thing we're going to do is our template has our ads saved to the bottom of the template. So we're going to grab some of these things. Oops, I got to get out of my preview mode. We're just going to move them up into the document and place them where we want. If I ever get up there. This one, let's just place it in between these paragraphs. I need extra lines, so I'll put a line in there, and then we'll just center this. And maybe we don't want this ad that big since it's a graphic. We can just resize it to any size we want. We'll do the same thing with this one. We'll just leave that ad that size. We'll grab our last one. And let's, we'll just drop it anywhere. We'll double click it, bring up our format, and select our layout. Let it be square in with the text. And we'll just leave it as other for the horizontal alignment, because with the picture graphic we can easily move it. We're going to resize this, make it smaller, and we're just going to move it wherever we want to, wherever we think it might look good. And anyway, that's a way to move your graphics around, get them in place where you want to. Now that we've done what we're going to do on this document, as we talked about in previous videos, this picture is almost 2 megabytes in size. So we're going to shrink all the graphics to fit to whatever size we resized them, since we've got them moved everywhere that we're going to have them moved to. So we just double click a picture, select compress, say all pictures in the document. We want it for print because people will be printing these out. This would print them a little bit smaller or in space on the hard drive, but this will be alright. Now they're all done. They look exactly the same, but the file size will be much smaller. So let's go ahead and save our document. Now we'll print it. We'll print it to Primo PDF for our printer. Let's save it as a print versus a screen. We talked about this earlier, why. And we'll just create the PDF. We'll save it to our documents folder, since that's where our document is saved. It'll whatever your name of your document is, it'll default to the same name with the PDF, so that's good. When the document's saved, the PDF will automatically pull up in your viewer so that you can review it, see what it looks like. And you can see that it looks exactly like we had it in Microsoft Word. You can see our document file size, even with the pictures and graphics in it's only 197K, and it created the PDF at 131K, which is fairly small. People that don't compress their pictures, that's where you end up with the 1 and 2 megabyte file sizes that take a while to download. So that's it for the tips. We'll see you later.